Yes. Welcome back to Kansas City Wide Open coverage on the JomezPro YouTube channel. My name is AJ Risley. To my right is Robert McCall.
Hello, everyone. My name is Robert McCall.
Yes.
We got some sponsors for the tournament. Discraft sponsoring this event, along with Dynamic Discs for the Waterworks course. But then we also have Wyandotte County Parks and Rec, as well as Kansas City Flying Disc Club. On the screen, you got Pablo, just shredding.
Oh, gosh, look at this guy.
Clemonade showing off his newly trademarked beverage.
Yes.
Don't double check that
I don't even
legally.
know what to say.
Cam Messerschmidt had quite a day yesterday, shooting a 9 under 53.
Yeah, look at that. 100% Circle 1X. That's what
Killing
you want.
It. And same for Andrew Presnell.
Prezi.
One of those guys who last couple of years has been out playing quite a bit, showing his name at some big events. And Presnell's an all-around solid player.
Yeah, just getting better and better.
Moving over to hole 1, 555 downhill.
Let's jump right in.
Most of these guys are throwing probably a roller. The wind, I think the biggest notable difference today is the wind is so much more down than it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's almost in an opposite direction, too.
Yeah, and maybe 5 miles an hour for most of the round.
Right.
It picks up a little bit later on, but roller is certainly the play here. There's a force turnover on the left side as well.
Four-time world champion, McBeth.
We'll see Clemons do something different, but here's Paul. He's got a 7-shot lead going into today's round.
Oh. Okay.
So he switched from Avenger SS to Kong. This is going to be a smash. Oh, okay.
Nice.
There's a line most people don't really throw.
Just over the trees?
Just over all the stuff. That's flexing back left nicely.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Are you? Okay. Well,
all right, see ya.
I will see myself out. That's ridiculous stuff. Yeah, the
Might as well, yeah.
The force over line is below all of that.
Right. Yeah, but he put it up high, but he got the early turn on it. And so it just had a lot of early turn coming down. What a play.
That was unreal.
That was great.
That Paul's tee shot is one of those that I feel like locals and people who are there will talk about for a little while to come. That's extremely impressive. Cam taking roller, going down the right
Early
side.
roller. Nice. Yeah.
That's a good angle. Turning a little bit earlier than he wanted to, but, I mean, that's totally fine jump putt approach.
Oh, yeah. And he's good at those jump putts, yeah. I think he's throwing a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure that's right.
A lot of Innova.
Representing Discraft, the 2017 Kansas City Wide Open champion, Andrew
There you go. Along with Paula, another past champion of this event. Can't remember which courses were played when Andrew won. I want to say it was Waterworks and Swope and maybe Blue Valley.
Yeah. Some of those guys. Good angle on this roller. Just needs it to get over to the right.
Yeah.
Kind of got eaten up by the tall grass there. It's not tall grass, but it's certainly not mowed very short.
Right, it's tall enough grass.
From
Yeah.
Kansas City, representing Dynamic Discs with the best hair in disc golf, Risley.
Wow.
Bold statement there, Michael.
Very, very bold. Yeah, you heard it here first.
It's up there, though. I mean, Clemons' hair it's breathtaking.
I like those two bros in the background timing their chugs together.
Clemons taking that low hyzer, and if that's just below those branches, he might have a shot to get to circle 2. Pretty tough to make it all the way down to the basket, just on a pure flash.
Yeah, that pure hyzer for the lefty. Yeah.
Harp approach here, left side of the basket.
It's a good choice. It's not, he had a lot of work left. Pretty considerable distance to the basket, but disking down like that, you can really put some strength behind it, and you know that your harp or putter or whatever, it's not going to go screaming past the basket.
That's right. Outside circle 2 for Cam, and what a start to the day. Hole 1 playing as the most difficult hole on the course, so what a way to start the round. And he knew it about halfway there. He knew what was going on.
Nice.
Fantastic fist pump. He's got the big headphones on, just jamming.
That was huge.
In more ways than one.
Nice.
Well done for Cam. Clemons is up and in for his 3. Yeah, playing as the most difficult hole relative to par, 3.38 scoring average. Presnell is in for his 3, and I don't mean to be a spoiler here, but there were only 2 birdies on the day. We just saw one of them.
And is that the other one?
That was the other
is,
one.
Yeah.
What an incredible drive. Huge putt by Messerschmidt.
Yeah, that was a great putt. That was fun to watch.
Over to hole 2, one of the easier holes on the course. 380-foot par 4. Players can play down that right side gap or big outside left gap and then approach up to this kind of uphill slanted green. If their drive goes too far, they've got some low branches to contend with. And if it's too short, they may not be able to see the gap at all.
I was just laughing at 380-foot par 4.
Yes. But, I mean, it's a real 2-shot hole.
Yeah. Right, it is. But if for everybody listening to the podcast version of this, they probably were chuckling with me.
Probably so.
Because if you can't see the video right here, you can't tell that you pitch one up to the corner, and then you go across through the little gap.
That's right. I wasn't made aware that we were releasing this in podcast form.
Right. Yeah. Podcast form along with there's a newsletter that's just a transcript of everything we're saying.
Good. Presnell getting really aggressive, taking that inside gap, and that if you're going to play for eagle, that's about as well as you can do it for a righty. Wow. That's exceptionally well done.
Yeah, that's an easy birdie all day.
Clemons opting to play safe today. Big hyzer out around the left, swinging in.
And he should be in position right at that corner. Yep. Oh, hey.
So Cam's got caught up a little bit early, but he's got a forehand approach here. Still a makeable shot. It's interesting that grass just across the bridge is taller than it is for the rest of the green. So they really want you to carry it a little bit farther if you want to get up to the basket. I wonder if that was an intentional choice by the Parks and Rec department, or if that's just how it is, and it just makes it play more challenging.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think I would think it's like a happy accident.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Bob Ross said it best.
Yeah. I don't think we have too many like really detailed, intricate course designers manning the riding lawnmowers.
Yeah, probably not.
Here.
You could tell McBeth was trying to run that with his forehand harp. So we've got 4 inside the circle. Oh, that's a right side miss for Messerschmidt.
Wait, did Clemons have the forehand harp or McBeth with the forehand zone?
Yeah. Did I say forehand harp?
Yeah.
Apologies. Forehand zone.
You're forgiven. All is forgiven.
Thank you. Clemons, I think, threw fuse up there.
Yes. I think you're right. Yeah. That pale yellow. Yep. Note the cool sriracha shirt in the background.
Nice.
Hole 3. Hole 3, one of the shorter holes on the day, 248 feet, but placed slightly uphill. And really the real challenge here is this like plateau. The basket's on the corner of this plateau. And so anything that comes up short or to the right is going to be on a pretty steep decline. And if you go long of the basket, now you're going to be putting back with that drop off right behind the basket. So let's see how these guys attack it. Really, the best play here is to park it.
Ah, yes. Paul has demonstrated that beautifully.
Yeah.
This was playing as the easiest hole on the course today. 2.39 scoring average, one of the lowest that we've seen.
Oh, hold on.
It's leaking a little bit left for Presnell, right on the edge of the circle. Almost 2/3 of the open field birdied this today. Wow.
Good. I'm proud of the open field. Chris, okay.
I believe that's moonshine verdict.
Should be inside circle.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing about Andrew's shot As we see Cam lining up this nice little forehand sit down. Nice thing about Cam's shot and Andrew's, they're a little bit deep, a little bit outside of where you really want to land, which is inside like 15 feet. But see that level putting surface that Andrew had right there. Makes that putt a little less daunting, and he drops it right in. Clemons dead center.
All business. I like it.
I wonder what kind of gum he's chewing.
I was not wondering that.
I only say that because I was just chewing gum like 10 minutes ago, and
You're just curious.
I don't know. Yeah,
We got McBeth inside 5 feet for our star frame. You'd expect nothing less from our lead card here at the Kansas City Wide Open. Thanks again to Jomez for donating $25 for every star frame. This week's star frame donations are going to youplaydiscgolf.org. Check them out. Like I said, to Dustin and Keegan and Zoe Andike doing some big things with them.
yeah. Trying to grow the sport.
And from the easiest hole to the second easiest hole, hole 4, 296 downhill. Most guys are just throwing an overstable putter of some type, trying to get it to stick that runaway green that goes down toward the road. Oh, McBeth's zone. Nearly flashes the chains. Gets a little bit of a bad roll away, but he's on the edge of the circle.
As he should be.
This looks also like a zone from Presnell. That's what I played with Isaac Heinen, who was on the lead card yesterday, and he threw a soft zone, super parked, and it was the exact same color. So I'm just guessing. Clemons with a high forehand. That's short and uphill of the basket, and that's really not where you want to be on this one. You want to be level or even a little bit long putting back up at it.
Yeah, another slow, overstable disc.
A little bit of an unlucky drop there for Cam Messerschmidt. Seemed like that had a little bit more juice to get all the way there.
Good putt, 4 for 4 to start.
Yeah, McBeth with the ace run and still getting to be paid off with a birdie. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, yeah. Get up.
Yeah, and like I said, that's just an intimidating putt, and that's one of the reasons that it's intimidating is that green is so fast behind the basket. It's going to be fine for Clemons. But he'd really like to convert there, as we're going to see likely our other 3 competitors take birdies here.
Wait, witchcraft? No, Discraft. Witchcraft, Discraft.
You should get out of here, man. Hole 5, 435 feet, shaping down to the right side in the woods over here. Great play to get there is a huge forehand if you've got it, or lefty backhand. There's also rollers that can access the screen quite nicely. Yeah, it's just a tricky hole.
Yeah, very much. There's a roller line. There's a couple roller lines. You can either go outside or inside roller. There's a hyzer flip line. This one looks good.
Yeah, this is tracking nicely. Maybe a little bit early. Yeah, just a little bit early. Probably 10 more feet, and McBeth is in the open, putting from 45, 50. Well, the relative open. You have a couple of trees, but not really tightly packed like the ones we just found. Presnell just playing kind of a smooth hyzer to try and land, 60, 70. He comes up a little bit short.
I believe that's a T-Rex that Cam is throwing.
Dude, throwing it back.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Also about 80 feet. Something like that.
Yeah. It's really tough for the righties to get much closer than that on that hyzer on the right side.
Yep, that's right. Chris's shot coming up just a little bit short. Had it a bit more turn, probably a little bit closer to the basket, giving him a look.
Whoa.
Presnell
sneaking it through a couple
Yeah.
trees up there.
Yeah, that is one of the difficulties. If you don't quite cover all the distance here, these trees are spaced just such that it's very difficult to just pick a gap and get all the way through cleanly. These guys are making it look easy, but I can tell you from experience and from watching other cards, it's not.
No, it is not. There's a lot in the way.
Cam is in pretty much the best spot you can be. Yeah, in that jump putt range with the widest gap over that bridge.
This is Paul for par. Yeah.
Never a doubt. Nice gap through the trees for him, giving him an unobstructed stance. It's good commitment. And now that everybody's putted, I can tell you that this is tied for our first most difficult hole. Also at 3.38, just like hole 1, but 0 birdies.
0 birdies
On the day today. Yep. But 66% of the field took their par. We go from one of the most difficult to one of the easiest holes, hole 6. 286 feet uphill. This is a very large island short of the basket, and then it narrows down to the left and right and just deep of the basket, certainly inside circle 1. The play really is just to land safe. You don't want to push the OB at all, so I think we'll see a lot of drives be just short of the basket, 10-15. Yeah, that's the play.
Yeah. There, you see that tree on the right, to the right of the basket. Really, you want to aim at that tree with something overstable and let it just work back.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you see McBeth doing right there with his zone. A little bit of thick grass that starts at about outside 15 feet, 15, 18 feet of the basket. So you can't just slide on up there. But that's still inside circle 1. Presnell's is a little outside circle 1.
Yeah, I think there's a tendency for a lot of players to really disc down a lot. And when you do that, you just got to counteract less speed with more height.
Right.
And when you don't do that, you end up short, plain and simple.
Yeah, same result for Messerschmidt there. And then this is fused for Chris Clemons, tracking left nicely.
That's wow.
Yeah, that's the way you draw it up, probably 20 feet or so.
Yeah, he knows that disc really well.
Circle 2 putt for Cam. Oh, and just
I
left
wanted
side. Good bid from there. Presnell with the walk-in. In disc golf, there are not many better feelings than letting a putt go and about halfway there knowing, yep, made that.
It. Seemed like he knew.
And a little hop, too. Wow, dang, Presnell. I mean, it's not a first down, but it's pretty good.
I'll say. I agree. Yeah, there's rundowns, and then there's the walk-ins, yeah.
They're walk-in with the hop.
With the, yeah.
Optional flare.
Yeah, optional hop. Hop not included. Hop sold separately.
It's about what you expect from the field here. 3 of 4 or 4 of 4 from the lead card. Cam coming up just a bit short and hitting those left side chains. Yeah, that was the third easiest hole on the day. Moving over to the third most difficult hole, 7,
Wow.
462, 3.3 scoring average. This is if you've got 450 feet of power, most of the time you're going to come up a little bit short on this.
Just a little.
But just because the ceiling is low and the ground rises in front of you a little
Right,
bit. So I
yeah.
think effectively to get pin high, you really need to throw it probably 10 or 15 past what you'd think you need to.
Yeah, and usually on a hole like this with that shape like you were describing, you want to play some skip. But there's just not much skip to be had on a lot of these holes out at this course.
And if there's no OB to the right side, I think we would see a lot of drives get closer to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
But that right side kind of keeps players from turning their disc to get that little bit of extra distance.
Right.
So most discs that we see on this don't ever get past flat.
I agree. Yeah, no, that's a very good point.
Early release for Presnell, but not a bad result. That's, 80, 90 feet. It'll be a jump putt. Clemons certainly wants to get his disc past flat, but he's pulled it a little bit to the left. Still in the fairway, 200-ish feet maybe.
Yeah, something manageable. Yeah, once you hit a branch or a leaf or anything, your birdie chances are just about out of the picture.
And this is the same thing we were talking about you see from Cam. Good hyzer release, flipping up to flat, but not wanting to turn it to the right and bring the OB into play whatsoever. Because this is a very easy 3, a pretty difficult 2. But if you try to, that's low for Clemons.
A little low.
Misrelease. If you try to get as much as you can out of it, you can find that OB and just take kind of a dumb 4.
Yeah, I don't think any of our players in the whole event, I don't think they're really looking at this one from the tee and thinking 4. So
Yep.
dumb 4 is it's apropos.
Yeah.
Is that how you say that?
It is.
Okay.
McBeth from range.
Oh.
About an inch low. It's a great line. And then this is Clemons from just inside that range. Look at the save.
Good par save.
Man, it's so bittersweet to hit one of those because you should have thrown a better approach, but it's kind of no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
When you can convert like that.
It's a DD thing.
A little bit of excitement. I love to see it, man. Good hit for Andrew. It looks like we're going to be collecting 4 pars here. And now that we see that, 0 birdie 2s today.
Oh, dang.
There were more yesterday when the wind was up quite a bit, which is really interesting.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting. Wonder why. I guess we'll never know.
You just can only tell us so much.
Right, yeah.
Hole 8, 669 feet. Par 4, McBeth splashed out for eagle on this one yesterday. Would have loved to have seen that
Yeah,
stick.
that
Would have been
yeah.
just a disgusting 2. Players play down the right side of the fairway for the right-hander, and then approach to this narrow green guarded by wall on the right side with OB to the right and behind the basket with green running away to the left as well. I think the tee shot is super important here. If you're not in good position off the tee shot, you might as well just play safe and take a 4. McBeth hasn't ever really heard of that, so he just throws it past all the trees.
Yeah.
That's crushed.
All of them. Passed them all.
I believe that was forced for McBeth, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is forced for Andrew as well.
Another great play.
Yeah, I mean, right next to McBeth.
That's a lot of good late action on those 2 shots to get back towards the middle, even the left side of the fairway. Clemons taking a tighter left side, just past that tree. Yeah, he'll be all right.
He may be a little obscured angle-wise just because of the big tree that's in front of him.
Okay. Well, hopefully that other one isn't like right in his run-up or stance or anything.
It's a smooth forehand for Cam.
Most likely a boss.
Okay, yep. Trying to get over to the right side a little bit, maybe to open up the right side of the green for him. Standstill forehand for Clemons. This is like a half-safe play.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like if it gets a lucky skip, maybe he gets inside
Right.
circle 2, but not much else to do from there. You certainly don't want to get aggressive and play with that OB right. A little too much turn for Cam there. Luna approach for McBeth, holding right nicely. Now just needs
Starting
to
to
sit
fall.
down. Oh, and he's gone OB long.
Oh,
Wow. Presnell with a beautiful angle.
yeah.
Yeah, you just hope that it doesn't cut roll, but it seems like he was trying to take that the woods out of play there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if it does cut roll, I think he was trying to get it to the right side of the basket.
Yeah.
So that if it cut rolled, he's got more room for that extra cut.
Yeah, it's a great play. Clemons just playing the smart layup. Not much more to do from there with the green running away behind. McBeth from probably right around circle's edge
Yeah, circle's edge, uphill.
converts for his par.
No problem.
putt is low and in the middle, right how you want it to be on the old Mach 3 baskets.
Yeah. Yeah, he's feeling it. He's putting together a pretty decent round here. Looks like he's tied up with Cam. Cam with the good par save. Yeah, and those two are tied for second after 8 holes.
Yeah, and Andrew's one of those guys that when his putter is on, he can really string together some rounds. He's a fantastic thrower of the disc, and his putting is improving day after day. And yeah, you can tell when you see his scores getting up there quite a bit.
Right.
Let's check in on our leaderboard. Paul McBeth with a 9-throw lead over Cam Messerschmidt and Andrew Presnell. Off of the lead card, we got Nathan Queen 4 under at this point. AJ Risley, losing a spot but still staying in the top 10 there.
Yeah.
Jacob Henson moving up a little bit, and then we've got Isaac Heinen. He's on the third card with me. He's really hopping up there, having a hot round. So thank you to UDisc for providing us with those stats and leaderboards. If you haven't downloaded the UDisc app, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you
just
need
go ahead
to have
and do it.
Yes,
yeah, just go ahead. You'll thank us later.
Exactly. Hole 9, 410 feet. Playing 410 feet today because the wind is not really a factor here. So I think we're going to see a lot more of those fairway drivers, and it's really just about getting the shape right. Anything long and right is it's possible that it could just be dead. Anything left can be pinched off by the trees over there. So you want to keep this short and in front of the basket if at all possible.
And Andrew's going to be
a little left and long.
Probably be quite obstructed by that. And it looks like McBeth's going buzz. Just give it a little high rip there.
Yeah, that's got the correct turn on it. Heading straight from Mike.
Look out, Mike. Oh, okay.
It's likely that McBeth will have to take a knee or straddle out to the right to get any sort of look at this basket. Big hyzer for Clemons. Didn't sound pleased with it out of his hand.
Not exactly. Might have been a little bit tight, a little inside, but
he's putting.
Yeah.
He's dancing.
No hat for Cam. But big sidearm.
No hat and also no problem.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good shot. He's probably right around circle one's edge there.
That's what it looks like. Oh.
Nice attempt from Clemons on the jumper there, leaving him 10 feet. This will be Cam, one pace inside the circle.
Yes.
It's a great conversion. This is one of those putts that if that spits or misses right or left, could easily roll away to a spot where there's just no putt.
Right. Yeah.
And McBeth catches just the very top nub and doesn't stay in.
Looked like he had a gap. He had some kind of gap through that junk. And so did Presnell.
Andrew,
oh, yes.
nice.
Let's see it again. Wow.
Oh, look at the gap he had to hit.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. Just climbs in over the rim. Dang. There's a couple really good putts from those two. They're in a pretty heated battle for a second. They're a lot of green on their scorecards.
That's right. Majority of the field taking par there. 69% of the field taking par. Only 20% carding the birdie 2 on hole 9. That's going to do it for our front 9 here for our final round of the Kansas City Wide Open. McBeth widening his lead.
Yeah, I mean, he only has 8.
But we got
there's 9 holes.
That's right. We got some people chasing him down and jockeying for position. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and click the logo to subscribe. Turn on that bell for notifications, and just meet us on the back 9. Hey, bye. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the coverage of the Kansas City Wide Open presented by Discraft here on JomezPro. My name is Robert McCall. This is the loose cannon himself, AJ Risley. And if you're looking for some giveaways, go and drop a like and a comment on these videos. We're going to go through the comments and do some giveaways of some of this Grip 6 stuff, now officially worn by AJ Risley, so it probably has lost some value. But this is all the stuff you can win. Comment below. We'll see you next time.
Front 9 is the large shirt. The back 9 is the extra large shirt. And
What? We're not putting on a belt. Okay, that's it. Thank you.